We're live. He wants me to do comedy, and I can't do that.
Stay on the victim blaming train. I like it.
I specialize in love. I'll make you I'm not dressed for work. Are we live? We are so live. Live. And to all my friends at St. John's and UCLA, you know who you are. I'm here, and I've got stuff to say. Right now, I've got to tell you this extreme. There was so much traffic today. How much traffic was there? People literally were eating in their cars and texting like they were in a drive-in movie. Now, my husband's from New York, so he drives like this. And I like that. I like that. You have to blow somebody. I'm kidding. What's going on now in the world today? What did I get in trouble for? I got to tell you what's going on, guys. All my black friends are turning on me. I'm black, too. I'm talking about, like, the ones that I went to school with. My girlfriend said her name is Kamala, not Kamala. Vanilla? Kamala? I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong. But she's so upset, and she keeps sending me these articles. She's like, you don't know what Trump is going to do. I'm like, whatever I hope he doesn't do, I hope he does it in my neighborhood first. I want them out first. I've never been this way. It has nothing to do with immigrants or migrants. It's bad people. They attacked this guy in the front, and they all have these mopeds, right? And they have the scarves over their face. Not the scarves, the wrong country. No, they have the ski masks. Yeah. And they attacked this white guy right here at the light. And I was so embarrassed because I, for once, passed the Spanish. I sure did. I was like, andale, whipa! I didn't care what I was saying. I was like, don't kill me. But it's real. It's so real. And then I have my friend saying, oh, so now you're one of them? One of what? I just don't want to live like this. I'm scared. I'm scared to get thrown out of a hotel in New York. A Roosevelt's. Room service. They get room service. And they take the food. And when I say they, let me be very clear. It's not they, them. I'm talking about the illegal migrants who come here with fentanyl. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people who are my friends who've been here for 35 years, don't have their friggin' papers. Only my friends do that from Italy, by the way. They're like, nobody's going to find out. They're going to find out. Okay, now they're going to find out. Trump got a new color to him. Have you noticed this? He's more pale. And I don't know if it's because the brim of her hat knocked him in the head, but that hat is definitely good for birth control. He can't get near that. So then my other girlfriend says to me, she goes, well, you know, Barron Trump is retarded. And I said, oh, you can say that now? Are you woke? You can say that. She goes, look at him. He's tall and retarded. I have no idea what to say. I don't know these people. Why are you telling me? It's just like you're the white. When you're half and half, you just really have to just shut the fuck up, or say what's on your mind. Because I gotta say what's on my mind. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people telling me what I am. I'm not African American. I can prove it. I wear deodorant, whether you like it or not. This is my man smell. I don't want it. If you guys want to check out some comedy, I have my 1 hour special is out on Prime Video. I'm very excited. With everybody calling me saying, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that. They're all true stories. My girlfriend and I are out. She's pregnant. We're on a trip. She's like, don't tell this guy I'm pregnant. Okay, I've never been pregnant at this point, right? So I'm like, okay, and I'm skinny. She's skinny. And she's like, so I don't. Now we get to the bang, bang. And I say, I can't be with this guy. You know. Like, after you sober up a little bit, you're like, there's no way I can do this. And I said to him, you know, I've had a sex change. And he said, I knew it. And I got scared. He said, the smallness of the breast, the Adam's apple, the facial hair, but I don't care, I love you. I got to get off this boat. So the boat, the dock is like from there to here. She's got long legs, so she just kind of went like this. So she tells me, come on. And I can't, because I got to jump. So I tell her, catch me. She goes, I'm pregnant. You weren't pregnant. You screwed that guy before, though, right? Now you can't catch me. I was waiting for America's sweetheart to come up here, tell us a little story. So I was telling a little story about what's in my show, which is true. As I said to her, these mosquitoes are so bad. I go, look what happened. And I put my leg up on the sink, and the sink fell down. And the water came out the wall, and they threw me out the restaurant. I've been thrown out of better places. we had such an experience on the way back. My husband must have called everyone a son of God. I mean, how interesting was that traffic? And that's the first exercise I give everyone, by the way. So I'm going to give it to you this time. Before we begin, let's give it up for our marketing director, Billy Ramirez. Thank you for being here. Everybody else is stuck in traffic. Standing here, eating my heart out, baby. All right, now, America's sweetheart, I want to talk to you. I just want to see if you'll come on stage for a few minutes. I know you've been in traffic, and you're waiting for some loving to come. Dialed about 100 numbers, lady. Try to dial well. Okay, let's get Mark Zaffron. Get up here. Come on. Put down those hooves. He was going to take me home so I could change so my pants wouldn't say meow.
Please, give me a break. Give me a break. Hey, Wednesday night. Where's everybody? At Patty's? Man walks around here going, yeah, come to my place on Wednesday. All of a sudden, everybody goes to Patty's place, never come back. I don't know what he does to them. He must make them Irish coffee or something.
That's the 4-minute spots.
Yeah, what's that? Oh, yeah. He makes them drive 35 miles for 4-minute spot. Anyhow, I hope you heard me, by the way. I told him I want $25 a head because you recruit. Anyhow, it's kind of like, lesbians. Anyhow, that all being said, what was in today's news? It was so much fun watching RFK Jr. today. And his ex-wife accused him of being a sexual deviant and cheating on her and an alcoholic. Isn't that the very definition of a Kennedy? I mean, let's face the facts of life. Who are we dealing with here? John F. Kennedy Jr., the sainted president of the United States, had to be thrown out of England during World War II because he was sleeping with a German spy. His brother, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., they gave him a death fight. They put him on a plane and sent him on a suicide mission. Wonder who did that? It had to be FDR, the other saint, getting rid of the Kennedys. Now, John F. Kennedy Jr. then went and smashed and became a hero because he couldn't drive his boat. That's right. That's what everybody forgets about PT 109. He was a terrible driver because he was used to everybody driving him around. That's the problem with rich kids. Now, a sailboat, he would have been fine, riding around a sailboat, worrying about Japanese submarines. They all, but that became a big hero. Why? Because he wrote a book about it. It helps. You do something in America, write a book about it. J.D. Vance became vice president after writing a book. The only person who's not going to become anything after writing a book is AOC. 5 pages of her accomplishments. Not my favorite person, as you can tell. Her and Elizabeth Warren. All right? Chief Pocahontas. Well, now we're talking about political figures. So JFK is being grilled on his anti-vaxxing, which you've all heard. What's that? Oh, RFK, JFK? You ever notice they're all the same? All right? Now, just remember that JFK at least got to touch Marilyn Monroe, something the rest of us have never or will never be able to do. All right? Now, his father had Gloria Swanson. So when they call his RFK Jr. the nephew and the grandson a sexual deviant, no, he's not a deviant. That's normal for that family. All right? Now, the wife who did it, it's funny. All of these, people that they're, worrying about is, cabinet posts. Where are they getting criticized from? Let's see. Pete Hegseth had an anonymous affidavit from his ex-sister-in-law who refused to show up and testify about it. And then we have Kennedy, they bring a letter from his wife behind the grave. The Democrats aren't looking very good the way they're handling these hearings. But be that as it may, watching the news today, it's watching the shrillness about they're deporting my next door neighbor. Well, he was deported if he was a Tren Agua member. I mean, these guys look like criminals. You ever see the pictures? I mean, they got faces on them that look like they'll curdle new milk. They're horrible. Like the guy from Haiti they caught saying, fuck Biden, fuck this one, fuck, I ain't going back. Yeah, you're going back. They got you on a plane right now. They're dropping you in the middle of Port-au-Prince with a knife, with a bottle of water, like you're on Survivor. And the rest of them, I hear, is going to Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay. Is that why they emptied it of terrorists? I guess they needed room, It's an ugly place, and it's hot, mean, and miserable. That's where they waterboarded everybody. Terrible place. And it's run by the CIA, which means it's run badly. Or the FBI. I mean, our institutions really aren't run very well, are they? The courts. Now, I understand, whether I agree why Donald Trump was pissed off. I myself have been the victim of the New York State court system. It is evil and corrupt. And there's no question about it. And the Democrats run it, and they run it evil and corrupt. See, the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans is that the Republicans are not as good at stealing. They're just not. They've never been as good at it. The Democrats have these two giant money laundering funnels. One is called District 1199, that's the healthcare union, and the other is called the teachers union. And what they do is that in the states that are blue, like New York or California, they just vote more salary money every time they raise Medicaid. This is something you all don't know. When they claim they're raising the Medicaid rates, they are not. They're raising the Medicaid reimbursement to pay more money to the staff, which then pays it to the union, which then gives it back to the Democratic Party. Same thing with the teachers. They raise their salaries, and then the money comes through the union back to the Democratic Party. Now, the only one who bucked the trend was the Teamsters. I like that guy. He's kind of tough. Gets up and says what he wants to say, and he claims everybody's failed us. Not, because the auto workers have been getting screwed. Big time. Would you really want to work on that assembly line for Ford Motor Company? Think about it. Now, I just bought a Ford today. All right? Great car. So I get this phone call talking about fear-mongering. You would think that this guy, that my guy at the motor company, I don't want to say their name, they were great though, Galpin Motors. The guy at Galpin Motors worked for MSNBC, and he was Joy Reid's writer. Calls me up and says, you only have 5 more payments on your car before the balloon is due. And I said, oh. He goes, I think you ought to come in and buy a new one now. I said, why? He goes, well, with the change of administrations, okay, that tax credit may go away. I said, maybe that's not a bad idea. So my wife, God rest her soul, she's wonderful. The guy that sold her car, all right, his girlfriend is the head of marketing at the Ford place. Next thing you know, I got a new car in 3 days. I called them up on Monday. They told me it was being shipped on Wednesday. It was shipped on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Wednesday I walked in and I got my brand new red Mustang. And I got to tell you, Ford is a great place to buy cars from without a penny to your name. You can walk into a Ford dealership in Los Angeles and write them a $5,000 check. That's no good. They make you sign a document that says the check will be good in 20 days. All right? Because they just want to get that car off that lot. And I got to tell you, buying a car in the United States, do not buy a foreign car. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get much better credit by buying an American car. They're going to get that off that list. We talk about it, and the guy said to me, well, we have a Porsche dealership, but I've just noticed that foreign cars ain't what they used to be. Remember when the Japanese were going to be the only car makers in the world? Go ahead, buy a Toyota now. They look like shit, all right? They got all kinds of nothings, and they cost too much. But there I am, and here's where the joke is, because I don't really make jokes. I'm not a comedian. Here I am. And by the way, I was stuck in traffic with the new car. And I learned that if my wife plugs in her phone to charge, you can only charge one phone at a time. Just keep that in mind in case you want a Mach, well, it wasn't a Mach 4. That's a different car. Unless you want a Mustang Mach. The electric cars, they are good. They improved the battery. It's about twice as good as when I bought my last one. But here we were, and I'm looking, and I'm sitting there, and they're doing this paper and that paper, and I'm staring at this Shelby GT Mustang in red and thinking to myself, in the last 15 years of my life, because I ain't so young, do I really want to drive the electric and be virtuous, or do I really want that gas-guzzling Mustang Shelby GT? And you look at that Shelby GT, and you picture yourself heading down Santa Monica Boulevard, like the song behind the... And they really made them cool because they have a hood that goes on top of the back seat, so it looks like a sports car. I mean, a real racing car. Because they are. Shelby's are racing cars. And I'm thinking, and then as I was stuck in traffic at Furco on Wilshire Boulevard, never seen traffic like this in my life. In Los Angeles, a green light means text. It's a sign that it's time to text. There is nothing like looking over to your side, seeing this blonde girl with a ponytail. They all have ponytails. A blonde girl with a ponytail in her, of course, obligatory BMW, like this. I'm thinking to myself, that's a new BMW. You have a panel there with your Apple that takes the texts. Why are you playing with it? Maybe because you don't want to say what you're going to text? Who knows? But back to the point before I leave the stage. I'm staring at the traffic and thinking to myself, I wouldn't want to be here in that Shelby GT. Because the guy in front of me in the Corvette wasn't able to like go fast at every green light because he didn't know how to shift. Either that or he was texting. Thank you very much.
Where are we going to find you? LinkedIn, huh? Oh, my God. I want to say hello to G.I. Jew, if you're watching. No, we have a G.I. Jew. There's a lot of Jews that were in the Army, and he's doing a pilot with Aaron. Aaron, do you miss us? Aaron's on a plane to New Zealand. He's going to come back with some sheep. And that's why you mentioned use sheepskin, lambskin, because it's better for the sheep. It's not my joke. It's Shannon's joke. Could you cover that over there for a minute, Mark, for me? I need you to cover for him because just do what I says while we got the comedy of Billy Ramirez. All right, give him a round of applause. Billy Ramirez. Oh, you're right. You're so right.
Got me all disheveled. I unlocked the place and set it up, and there's a potential electrical fire. And now it's time to tell some jokes. Okay. All right. My name is Billy Ramirez. I am Latino, and now that you know that, I cannot be an undercover Latino, which is one of my favorite things to do. Like in the workplace, one of my favorite ways to get all the gossip, the chisme, is through just being undercover Latino. Sometimes it's about me. Like, for example, one time I got free guacamole at a restaurant because I was called a pendejo because I was blocking a server's way. And for free guacamole, you can call me any name under the sun and whatever. I don't care. Pendejo, puto, hijo de tu, whatever. I like to call myself an office Latino, which explains the skin tone. I work indoors, and it's also my way of telling you that I'm not the kind of Mexican who's going to fix your transmission. But I can put together a website or a PowerPoint a toda madre. That means just terrific. I do get confused for a white guy quite often. I mean, shocker. I don't really immediately give it away that I am Latino. And like one time, this very stage, I got confused for a white guy. I was sitting right in front, and a fellow comedian, she's wrapping up a bit about white men, I think it was, and she reached out to punctuate her punchline. She reached out to me, and I shook her off. I did not fist her. I did not give her the fists. And then she looked at me like, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm not white. And then she looked into the windows of my soul, and she was presenting brand new information. She said, well, you look white. Like, yes, you don't think I exploit this as much as possible? I get surface level white privilege. I'm not in the system. I don't, get the privilege of having a really high-ranking job that I can't be fired from, due to incompetence. But I can speed about up to like 20 miles an hour for free. I can occasionally run a red light, a stop sign. I ran a red light over on Butler in Santa Monica, right in front of a cop. And all he did was just shake his head. Just looked a little disappointed. That was it. If I looked like one of my cousins from Michoacan, they would have dragged him out, beat him, deported him immediately. But no. I want to see how far I can push this surface level white privilege, though. I'm a curious person. Maybe at some point I'll find myself maybe somewhere I shouldn't be, and then someone's yelling at me, and I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm sorry. I was looking for the gift shop. I just took a wrong turn, and my name? Yeah, Billy. Billy, sir. Yes. Right. I am aware that this is an active runway, but should I just go back that way? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, 777 coming in. Although I worry about that because I don't know, maybe a surface white privilege might translate into brown justice, like they're like, oh, Ramirez, like, God damn it. All right, they're on to me, Let's see. All right, I forgot that I reordered this. What do I want to do next? I know, but I rehearsed it in a different order. Now I just screwed myself up. Oh no, it's the wrong side. That's why. Oh crap. Oh yeah, maybe that's my segue. Is that my memory's starting to fail because I'm getting old. I'm 43 years old, and like gone are the days where I could pretend that I'm gonna be a badass. Like I've never been a badass, but when I was in my 20s, like I would think like, oh, I don't know, something goes down, I'm gonna roundhouse kick someone in the face and then jump through a window. I don't know. It was just this false confidence, and now I don't have that anymore. I know I'm a middle-aged man who's not much of a badass. Like if I were in Die Hard, there wouldn't have been a Die Hard 2, that's for sure. Die Hard would have been 15 minutes and called Dead. If I were in Taken, it would still be called Taken because it certainly wouldn't be called Rescued. You know, it's like you're where you got taken. Well, you're gonna stay taken. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But if I ever wished the wrong wish and ended up in the middle of a UFC fight, my only chance of winning is if the other opponent accidentally tickles me. That's my only chance of winning. Is anyone else here violently ticklish? And be proud of it. I don't mean like, oh, you know, like cutesy, ooh, tickle. I mean like, I dare you to tickle me. Like, yeah. Yeah, like I'm the type of ticklish. If you try to tickle me, you might accidentally get suplexed. You know, it's just I'm so violently ticklish that I once accidentally ended a relationship because of my ticklishness. Like I was just standing out on the balcony, just staring out into nowhere. She comes up behind me, tickle. Oh my good Lord, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Let me see your nose. Let me see. Oh, full Picasso. God damn it. It's not that bad. It was pretty bad. Let's see. So I'm not a badass, and I should be the last guy to ever criticize the toughness of an NFL player, or even But there's something that bugs me that NFL players do. That it's just like just be honest with yourself. Like we all see you. Like and this happens whenever there's a really really cold game, snow game, and then all the players are on the field sleeveless, pretending like they're not cold. That really, that bugs the ever-living snot out of me. Because first of all, we know you're tough. You're NFL players. Like there's nothing else to prove, all right? And everyone's like, there's some crazies in the crowd who might be sleeveless or shirtless, but everyone knows. We know it's cold. Like you don't have to pretend. But why it bugs me is because they'll be out on the field, being all tough and sleeveless and pretending to be not cold, and as soon as they get off the field, they tuck into the fluffiest, thickest, warmest jacket you've ever seen, and then stand next to a heater, and then look cold. Like you're cold. Just admit that you're cold, and like because it's this whole charade just feels like that girlfriend who says she's not hungry. Like she insists she's not hungry, but then as soon as you order something for yourself, she starts eating it. Like why? What is this? You said you weren't hungry. You did the whole song and dance about you not being hungry, and now my 7-piece is a piece. Like what's going on? This is ridiculous. So I propose that for these cold games when NFL players pretend that they're not cold, the NFL should invite their significant others to stand on the sideline holding the corresponding coat. And then just stand there, just mocking him like, oh, I thought you weren't cold, huh? Oh, look who's cold now, huh? You cold? Huh? No. It's like, come on. It's cold. Just pretend you're, all right, whatever. I was debating the whole thing, the last thing. Whatever. All right, that's good. I'll keep it. But I'm a terrible actor, though. Not for long, yes. Okay. So wildfires. So all right. So I'm not. All right. Continuing with the theme of me not being a badass. I wasn't even in an evacuation zone, and I chickened out and I ran. That night when Hollywood was about to burn down, I packed up and left. Like my neighborhood, the worst we got was a red flag warning, and I chickened out because I'm from the Bay Area. I was born in the 80s. And I do earthquakes. I don't do wildfires. Like in the Bay Area, we do earthquakes, mudslides. There was the Oakland fires in '91, but that's not really our thing. Even though California burns 24/7 now. But like these wildfires that are just like really close, like I don't deal with that. And I hope that these scary wildfires bring a new level of respect to earthquakes because, like, wildfires, they seem unpredictable, but earthquakes are more of like a previous generation OG type of natural disaster. It's like they basically happen and then they leave you alone. It's kind of like a brick throw window or a drive by. You know, you might have to deal with residual small windows or after drive-bys in the next few days, but basically earthquakes happen and then they leave you alone. I mean, it's not like they creep up on you for days on end, like, you know, oh, how did this earthquake devastate the city? Well, it started at the top of the hill over there, right? And then the wind took it and it spread into the glass district, and then it decimated the glass district, and then it went down into the paint district, destroyed the paint district, but on the plus side, all the paint's been mixed really, really well, though, so that's nice. And then the way it ended up going through the center of the city and devastating everything was that it was contained and then broke through the containment, and then it went through the Parkinson's district where no one noticed, and then it just destroyed everything. No, earthquake just happened and go. Like wildfires feel like a crazy ex that you're trying to avoid, you know, stalking you from the top of a hill over there, and then depending on how the wind blows, the mood, you know, the ex's mood is going to change, and you know, it's like, and if you do finally manage to get away from this crazy ex that's been stalking you and torturing you and tormenting you, there's still a chance this ex might still burn all your crap down. Anyways, so I think that's why earthquakes deserve a little bit more respect. My name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com. Please welcome back to the stage our amazing host, Sunda Kroonquist.
Her meow pants because she couldn't make it. I couldn't make it home to change. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. I know. Well, you're back. You're black. You're better than you ever were. But you're all white with me. I'm only kidding, but not for long, because we've got the comedy of a man named Sean. Let's do this. Sean of June. All right.
All right, what up, people? I'm all for being patient with women. You know, if we got like a plan to go somewhere, and sometimes they take a little extra time to get ready. But if you've seen me ready for an hour, and then when I say, "Are you ready?" you say, "Yeah, I was waiting for you." I'm beating the shit out of you, respectfully. I didn't think that would go well. I was like, damn, domestic violence joke at a female-owned mic. I don't know. I'm very upset. I found out Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be on Celebrity Jeopardy. That's sandbagging, bro. You don't get to be on Celebrity Jeopardy. You could be on normal Jeopardy, but you're a celebrity for being smart. So no. Big no to you being on this. Someone mentioned Guantanamo Bay earlier. Mark, dude, you know what's something you guys don't know, because you guys aren't Muslim like me, you guys don't have an Iran passport like me. When you get that random TSA search, first of all, it's never random. It's I've gotten it every single time I've gone to the airport in the last 5 years, but there's always one like Midwestern white girl that they'll throw in with the random selection so that me and the 8 other Arabs can't be like, it's just us. But there's always, they'll put in one nice, like, you know, white American girl so that you could look around and be like, I guess it might be random. I don't know. People overshare with me a lot because as a server, like, I take care of them for 20 minutes and they think they can tell me their deepest, darkest secrets. This lady earlier today said, you know, I don't, it's not that I have a problem. It's just, you know, back in my day, we just had good old American San Francisco homos. And now it's they all want to be girls, which makes me think like, oh, okay, what a weird moving goalpost. I think like maybe in 50 years, there's going to be like some diehard Republicans in Texas who are like, you know, back in my day, there was 72 genders and that was it. Okay. In the 73rd, they're going to lose their fucking mind, I think. I don't think Baywatch as a show gets enough hate. I I've never seen a lifeguard older than 18 in my life. All right, what are these adults doing, thinking this is a job they can have? But it made me think, just at the time, maybe there were just less jobs. Because if you watch any old movie, the jobs that even existed, like you tell your parents now, like, I want to be a streamer, they're like, that's insane. Dude, the whole plot of Willy Wonka, this kid wanted to be a chocolatier. That was a real job. Like, people could be, dude, tell your parents now you want to be a chocolatier. They'll be like, maybe just play Fortnite. I don't know. Wicked. Oh, yes, this is interesting. Me and my friends, we play a game in our group chat every once in a while. You guys can play with your friends too. But essentially, anytime we see an attractive man with a less than attractive woman, we send the picture into the group chat immediately, and we theorize as to how they ended up together. You could play like the female to male version too, but the answer is always money. So this way is just a little bit like, it's a much longer drawn out game, I think. My roommate's on a date tonight. He's a like college age kid, so he goes on dates all the time, you know. But I know he's on a date because he asked to borrow my cast iron skillet. It's like, why? You know, why do you need that? And he's like, listen, Sean, I'm telling you, it's my move, all right? If I cook for a girl, she always fucks me. I don't know about you guys, but like, that's really impressive to me. Because when I was in college, like, I barely knew how to roofie a liquid. And meanwhile, this guy, I don't know what it is. Is it in the oil? Is it in the butter? I'll ask him when he gets home. But we'll figure it out. I don't have any moves like that, so that's why I'm kind of in a bit of a dry spell. When I'm in a like really bad dry spell, though, it's a really easy trick to get out of it. Just join your local improv troupe. They can't say no. It's just yes and. You can push the envelope quite a bit before anyone says anything. It's good. I just shaved my mustache, too. I had a little mustache thing going. It was good, because the girl I was seeing, she was like, no, it's a good mustache. It gives, like, you know, Timothy Chalamet. And then I was hanging out outside here, and someone told me it looked more like Freddie Mercury with more AIDS. They weren't even quantifying AIDS at the time. It doesn't even make sense. That's a very new development. This guy didn't know what's up. Yeah, I don't like fear. I don't fear, like, even though I do look sometimes like Freddie Mercury with more AIDS, I don't fear approaching women, because I think most of the time women, like, reject guys in the most kind, respectful way ever. But since I work at a restaurant, I see, like, a lot of guys at the bar will shoot their shot, and I've heard some horrendous things said back to them. Like, the other night, I heard a girl say, Marco, it's never going to happen between us. I'm a lesbian and you're poor. I mean, 100% you could have gotten away with just one of those. There's no world where you needed both of those. You could holster one on for later, and just go like that. I don't know. My 10-year high school reunion is coming up soon, so thank you. All I've done is stay alive. I don't know, I play this game where I'll look on people's Instagrams, and I just want to make sure I'm not, like, in the bottom 2 least successful of my friend group. Like, I've given up on being the most successful, but, like, I just can't be bottom 2. So I'll look around, I'll be like, well, there's Mark. He's got a freaking wife and kids in Arizona. That guy lost for sure. He's at the bottom. There's James, this guy works at Goldman Sachs. Look at his LinkedIn right here. That's pretty impressive. So if he doesn't kill himself before the reunion, he's got me beat for sure. Car accident girl lost a lot of weight in the coma, so she looks pretty good. But then again, she still has to wake up, so I have a chance. I think I'm staying out of the bottom 2. Personally, have you noticed there's certain jobs that are overly stocked with kids on the autism spectrum? And I think it's because they're better at them. All right? Like, personally, I only want kids with autism working at the vape factory. All right? No one else is going to tell me what blue tastes like well enough to recreate it other than these kids, I think. This is a joke that will never go well with a Jewish audience, so you guys just we'll try it. I want to start. I want to pretty much finish. I don't know how far along I am. I want to do a land acknowledgement. I'd just like to acknowledge that we're on Jewish land. And if we're not on Jewish land, still be prepared to give it to them. You know? See, sometimes they hate it, but sometimes they're cool with it. All right? Let's see if I got anything new. I recently was flirted with by a black woman for the first time in my life. Thank you, guys. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. I know he has. I don't know if most people have experienced this. They're smoother than any guy. All right, like I was taking care of this lady, just restaurant stuff, you know, table of 10 young black women, a lot of lemon drop martinis. Which I didn't even know was a stereotype I recently was put on, but it's correct every time. And they do it with tequila. I don't know if everyone else knew this, and I'm just the first person to find out. A strawberry lemon drop Casamigos Reposado martini is the drink. But I bent down, I kneeled down to hear her order because it was a loud table. Goes without saying. It was a loud table, and she said, "Damn, son, you getting down on one knee for me already? Oh, my God. Tell me what, Sean. What was your name? Sean? Do you like black girls? Because I like a little swirl in my soft serve." Swirl in my soft serve, guys. I wrote it down immediately. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. All right? Thank you, guys. My name is Sean. Find me on TikTok. Sean tagged us.
Sean, you got that swirl going? You know what that's as bad as when you're with a guy and you're on a date and he's like, you know, I only date black girls. And I'm like, you got to go. Get out. Anyway, no, really, what about this one? He's telling me I only date Puerto Rican girls. I only like Puerto Rican. And I said, it's cool because I don't like Cuban guys. And he's not Cuban and I'm not Puerto Rican, so we fucked up. But that's okay. But you know, in the heat of passion, when you were younger, you used to just really look Cuban. But his back looks just like my ex-boyfriend, the Persian guy with the angel wings in the back, with the hair. I like it. You go like this with it. All right. So you have to have hair on your back. All right. I don't. But I was thinking about keeping the beard. Just kidding about this, and it's no ands or ifs or buts here. I have no joke for you. So I'll just call him Biff and give the comedy Griff. Hey, Griff, we missed you! Oh, I thought you were wearing something with friggin' sequins.
Oh. I was just holding the pillow. I could wear it. Tell me what you need. I'll bring that pillow up. Waitress, bring that pillow up. I got back hair for days. Don't even get me started on the angel. I might fly away right now. I'm hairy. Damn. How's everyone doing? I honestly didn't even want to come tonight, but this is my dream, so. You know? You got to. It's just like, it's a step forward. Yeah. They said 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Imagine if that was... No, I'm not actually here to talk about Diddy. Here to talk about me. The one thing I got like the worst P. Diddy take ever, but I want to do it. Alright, so they got Diddy with human trafficking, right? But human trafficking isn't always a bad thing. You know who was a good human trafficker? Harriet Tubman. We need to be asking Diddy, are you using the baby oil to slip the kids into the party or out? He might be a hero. We need to put him on the... That's so bad, right? I would never say that to real people. But you guys aren't real people. Oh man. So you're a server? Yeah. Nice. I'm unemployed right now, but I've done a bunch of like random jobs, and not saying yours is random, but no, I mean like I've done the service industry. I was a cashier at a beach cafe for a while. I was an iPad flipper. You know my kind. We flip the iPad around on you. You buy a Gatorade, and then all of a sudden 20, 25, or 30% tip on the Gatorade. I used to put a little post-it note on my side of the iPad that said tip or I'll scream, and I flipped that around. Didn't think it was funny. But yeah, it was at this beach cafe on the Santa Monica Beach, and I worked there in the summer, last summer, and the only two kinds of people that would come up to the window are European tourists or crazy homeless people. And I'm not even one of these people that's trying to bash homeless people and stuff, because I feel bad, but it's like, we all live here. We know that there's two kinds of homeless people. There's the kind you see and you go, oh my God, that's so sad. And then there's the other kind where you go, sir, you need to put your penis away. There's kids around. It was those. And what's funny is like the homeless people, there's like a little ecosystem. Like, you know, when you feed a pigeon and then like the pigeon takes advantage of you? It was like that, where it's like these homeless people would convince the European tourists to buy them stuff and just go way too far. And one time this guy comes up to the window. I say it's not. I don't own it. Just a humble servant. And he came up with this crazy homeless guy, and he was like vaguely Croatian, you know, that was his vibe. And he was like, get him whatever you want. I was like, all right, well, what do you want? And then the homeless guy just starts reading the whole menu. He's like, let me get a hot dog, ice cream, lemonade, frozen lemonade. I typed it all in because I'm a good person, you know. And I flipped the iPad around, and it was $180. And I watched all the empathy leave this European man's face in that moment. But it was honestly really beautiful, because I watched him in real time become an American. I was like, oh yeah, we don't give a shit about people. Welcome, you're one of us now. You learned your lesson. The last job I had was so terrible. I was a Chinese slave. Straight up. I did this. It's like when you're desperate and you're looking for a job, you'll do anything. And so I started doing this thing where it's like Chinese QVC on TikTok. I was like a live stream. Have you guys seen this? Like a live host. And it was like these Chinese people, and they were nice at first, but they were just like so Chinese, like didn't speak English. I was scared. And not just because they didn't speak English, not because of like specifically like that, just because like I don't know what's going on. They might be taking advantage of me, and they were. And they would put me, like, they'd assign me a product, and I have to talk about the product for 3 hours. And they just give me a script, and the script was 2 minutes. So I had to loop a script. I was like, I'm going to go crazy. So I had to spice it up. So I just, like, given the fact that they're Chinese and they don't know what I'm saying, I would just go on tangents of talking about whatever stuff, like, and then the comments would be crazy, because I'd be like promoting an air humidifier, and all the comments are like, why is this guy talking about how he's immortal for 30 minutes? You know, I just saying all kinds of bullshit. And then they assigned me to this one product that I ended up doing every day, which was an outdoor trail camera, and it was camo, and all these like lonely men will come on that are into hunting, because it's like for hunting. You set it up and it like tracks a deer. And I pretended to be the CEO of the company. Like, I had a backstory. I was deep in character. And the same people would come in like every day, and I had a relationship with them. They were literally asking me dating advice. This one guy's like, I think I'm going to lose my virginity tonight. I was like, just remember to be a gentleman, like, and be Christ-like. I did a lot of talking about Christ. It's what they love, you know, give the people what they want. Christ is like Justin Bieber for people that love Christ. It's like, You just talk about him and go crazy. And then, so they love me, and I was doing this every day for like 3 weeks. And then I was on a 3-hour live stream one day, and it started 7 minutes late, but it wasn't my fault. And I told him, like, I'm going 3 to 6. At 6, I gotta go. So it's coming up on 6, and I say to like one of my handlers, like, I'm done. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I'm done. Like, what the fuck? I just talked about a camera for 3 hours. I'm done. And then so she texted like this other much scarier woman. And then so all of a sudden I'm like on live stream, I'm on camera, and this woman comes into me and she's like, you're not here for fun. You're here for work. If we say more time, you do more time. And I'm one of those people, like, when I get upset, I just like tear up and shut down. And so I like shut down hard on camera. And then all the comments on the live screen are like, don't let her talk to you like that. You're the CEO of this company. How dare she talk to you like that? Fire her ass. And why is she Chinese if you're an American Christ-like company? And that was my last day. So I don't know what I'm going to do now, but I'm just kicking it. It sucks being unemployed, though, because it's like I'm low on money and I'm just like paranoid at all times about it. It hit me the other day because I saw this woman walking down the street and she had just like the biggest boob job, like just the juicy, like, let me not get weird, but like, you know what I'm saying? It was so big. And I was looking at her and I was like, she's got more money on her chest than I got in my whole savings account right now. That's crazy. I wanted to squeeze him. Not even sexually, like financially. Just snatch him off like, you're in the wrong neighborhood, bitch. These are going on Facebook Marketplace. I'm flipping these titties. Taking my girl out to dinner. Slightly used. Double D's. I'll come to your house and sew them on for you. That got weird. You guys sports fans? I'm not really into sports. I like high school basketball. Yeah. Specifically, I like when they put the special needs kid in like the last 2 minutes of the game to have him score. Have you seen that? I love it. It's just heartwarming. I love that. It's like, that's amazing. Like, that I can root for. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to cheer on NBA players. They're millionaires. Like, they don't need me. But this guy needs me. Steven? Like, LeBron makes a 3. It's like, whatever. Steven makes a 3? Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's rushing the court. They got Steven up on the team's shoulders. They're like, Steven. And then the mascot comes running up, and the mascot takes his mascot head off, and it's his dad home from war. That's amazing. His dad's home from war. And he did what he needed to do out there. I played sports growing up, but I was bad at sports. Oh, I like the new light. It's like, it's right in your face. I like the light move. It's just like, you're about to be done. I love that. It's bright. But I used to play sports growing up.
Sorry, that means you are done.
Oh, really?
You missed the first light twice.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Griff. Finish the joke.
Nah.
Griff!
It's okay.
Griff!
I'm not a light runner.
Griff! Oh my God! What happened? You ran away.
How did I see it? I was just lost in my
It's so bright. We sort of. Next time wear the glasses, though. It's good for the lines. It's kind of is. I missed you. Everybody says they missed the comedy of Jessica Gutierrez. Right?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. I want to make sure I got it right because I can't say it like Ramirez. Yeah.
Hello. How's it going?
All right.
Good. I started a mic. Oh my God, Cinda, your pictures make me look like a fucking fridge. Every time I leave here and I look online, my self-esteem like goes down a little bit.
Gain some weight.
No, I look like a fucking fridge is what I'm saying. Like I look wide. In your photos. All right.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting really obsessed with my weight recently. But I think I'm too old to have an eating disorder, you know? But my friends are really supportive about it. They're like, no, you could start one at any time. Anyway, so I started a mic. You're all welcome. It's on Sunday at the Activist Kitchen, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Please come. It's called Church Mic. Anyway, so the first one was pretty recently and a couple weeks ago, and my old boss showed up to it unexpectedly. Didn't say he was gonna come, and he shows up. And, I didn't want to be a bitch. He always had, he was always nice, And so, he immediately, ruined it. He says the worst thing a middle-aged man can say. And by the way, I have never been pleasantly surprised to see a middle-aged man, At most, I'm, startled. You're going to startle me, Mostly invisible to me. So anyway, he comes and he's like, so I got a divorce. And then he says the most obvious thing after that. He's like, well, I'm getting a divorce. Yeah, obviously. Anyway, he tries to be really slick and really smooth. And tries to tell me that he's okay with our age gap. He's okay with it. And so he says in the sexiest way, he's like, I'm dating people of all ages. Yeah. And he's like, the younger ones, they're on Snapchat. Right? And she's like, they all ask me for that. And I tell him, it sounds like you're getting a lot of bots, And he gives me dating advice. He gives me dating advice after that. He's like, no. If you want to see if the person you're talking to on the apps is a bot, this is my opener. He says, I ask them where they were on 9/11. So there you go, guys. Ask them where they were. So anyway, I try to get it back to the topic at hand, work. I just tried to get it back to work. I don't want to talk about this anymore, And so, I asked him about what happened at the last job, and then another plane hit the conversation. And he's like, well, I think my life really went downhill because I have a pornography addiction. And my wife left me. And I was like, yeah, they hate that. They hate it. Anyway, I keep tripping on this. Sorry. Anyway, he's like, I think my ex is asexual. And I told him, I think a lot of people think that, but when they're just over somebody, but because sometimes your body knows when it's over before you do. And his eyes well with tears. Yeah. He thought he was going to leave there with, his one eye crying, and he went out with both. I don't really like that ending. Oh, I'm going to fix a lot of it. Okay. So, no, but I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good about making him cry. And honestly, you know why it happened? Why this even happened is because I was nice to him. That's why you should never be nice to other men. You're my only audience member here for that. No, but it's true. You know, guys either want you to be your fucking mom or they want you to be your therapist, you know? It's fucking weird. Anyway, so anywho, what else was I going to talk about? I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a woman who had an accident on a water slide. Women can't go on water slides, you know, because it's like it's pressure washing your vagina, basically. And I was like, wow, who would have thought Hurricane Harbor would solve the Roe v. Wade problem? You know? Crazy. So, my friend, this millionaire was trying to fuck my friend, you know? And, like, that's the best place to be in like, my position, you know, as not the friend he wants to fuck. Because he was trying to, like, impress me. He's like, what's your favorite salad? And he, like, is from San Francisco, you know? And, you know, so I tell him... And, like, he overnights it to me. Thank you. He overnights it to me, and I ate it. And I get the worst diarrhea I've ever had. I know. I couldn't believe that salad went over Bakersfield, and I ate it. It's probably why I got sick. It's not the... So I got 1 minute left? 2? Oh, great. Okay. Anywho, so I was watching, I was listening to a podcast about surfing, and this thing on Bethany Hamilton came up. Do you guys remember her? She was that, you know, surfer girl whose arm was bit off by a shark. Yeah. And it turns out that she's a transphobe. She doesn't like trans people. You know, and when I heard that, I was like, wow, did that shark take your heart too, you fucking bitch? Yeah, so, well, you know, obviously she's lost a lot of supporters, you know, and they're all conservatives, you know, and the joke's on her. I don't give a fuck about disabled people, you know? Historically, they're actually all about arms. I have a boyfriend, and I love him a lot. I love him a lot. I didn't even know why you could love someone as much as I love him. I'll tell you how much I love him. He shat on my couch. He was wearing these, like, billowy boxers, and just, like, this, he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and, like, and, like, a little turd. Just like the tiniest little thing, like honestly, like this big. It fell on my couch. And he tried to say, oh, it's just like dirt. And he goes to, and he wipes it all over the seat. And this was my first purchase as an adult. Like, I was like, I'm going to buy a nice couch. And I'm going to spend a lot of money. I'm never going to get another one. He's gonna buy me the next one. All right, I'm Jessica Gutierrez. You can catch me on Instagram at Give It Up for Jess. Thank you. Oh, and coming to the stage is the beautiful Sunda.
I'll bring him to the stage.
Oh, who? Oh, what? Oh, what's your name? I don't know your name.
Just say Leo.
Coming to the stage is Leo.
That's Leo. Thank you, Jessica.
Hey, Sunda, thanks for always having these. They're great. Fun times, man. I love your energy, man. It's like contagious. You can come here in a bad mood and be like, Sunda's laughing. You're like, yeah, shit's not so bad, you know. You know, Sean, man, I didn't know you're Middle Eastern. Yeah. Dude, I did not know. I thought you were white. The whole time I was like, Sean, Irish name. I was like, dude, you got a good deal with the Middle Eastern paint job. Whiter than me, man. Credit's probably better than me too. Yeah, man. But I mean, like, I worked customer service too. I mean, I worked a lot with like food and everything. And it's, you know, even like when you work customer service and everything, like it kind of affects the customers you deal with. Like I worked food, I worked, you know, like in apartment management a little bit and other stuff. But dude, the fires, it sucks. It's a brutal thing that happened. It's horrible. with that being said, you learned some stuff. I guess you learned that fires are kind of racist too. They really don't like upper middle class white people. They really don't. I don't know what the fuck they had. Is like Palisades, and I was hearing the cities too. It was like Palisades. It was like Altadena, like Pasadena area. I was like, oh shit. Okay, well, nothing really urban, I guess. Like, I mean, like, but obviously it's still a horrible thing, you know. It's but yeah, man. Like I was working in food, and like I kind of did like the whole groundwork thing. I worked at Wiener Schnitzel. That's where I started off. That shit's shittier than McDonald's, dude. You're like, I'm Asian, but I felt super Mexican in that little hut. And when you drive by, you guys drove by like a Wiener Schnitzel before? Have you guys drove by one? How shitty and like that little like a homeless Chinaman built it or something. And they, by the way, they have like 6 or 7 of us motherfuckers in there, and it's just as miserable as it looks. You know, you look at a Wiener Schnitzel and be like, it's probably not that bad. They're probably having a good time in there, having a party. No, you are just smelling like hot dogs all day, man. It is like horrific. But you know, then I upgraded, went to Chick-fil-A. I was like my senior year of high school. I was like, okay, all right, I get to serve some white people at the mall. I'm moving up in the world, you know. But then, you know, when you work in food service in general, or anything customer service, dude, like by your year 3 or 4, you feel like you're already a veteran. You want to just get out of it. So, dude, I was already out of high school. And I might have mentioned this previously, but I always kind of like admire my sister. She went to go join the military, right? She went to go join the Air Force. And I was like, dude, I'm going to go follow her footsteps, you know? She's my older sister. She's like dealing with guns and shit. She's like to be overseas. I want to do something cool too. You know, maybe be like a cop. Maybe fly a plane. So I went to the recruiter and I told him, yeah, put me whatever could get me out of Los Angeles faster, you know? And that bitch put me in food. So I worked like military food service after food service in high school. It was all right. It wasn't that bad. I wouldn't like get like it was like I'm gonna make myself a martyr, but it's kind of like just weird because like that's why I can't stand if a liberal ever tells me anything. Like my family is not like open-minded. Like my sister gets to handle guns while I'm working with like omelets in the kitchen. Like, my sister gets to write letters to my mom, or, you know, even messages and call her like, yeah, we're in South Korea right now overseas. That's what her job was. She was on Osan Air Force Base, like, you know, right around, like, the no man's land. She's, like, making sure, keeping people in check. I'm, like, in sunny Florida cooking things in the freaking kitchen. It was fun, though, man. The military did teach me a lot. It really did, man. Like, you kind of see a lot of cool stuff. You get to meet people from different states and different backgrounds. One thing that I kind of got to do was I got to work with like some even refugee kids, cause like after all the cooking, towards the end you could go on like little random missions, right? So even I was on the East Coast, and it was like 2021, and it was like they had that thing where like a lot of people from Afghanistan had to come over to the U.S. I don't know if you guys saw it. You know, couldn't really miss it on CNN. You know, people were literally hanging on planes and shit. Now, I didn't know I was going to be part of that. I was, like, in Florida, and then, you know, military, they do what they do. They just kind of tell you have to go somewhere. So we went over, right? And my point is, you meet these refugees, man, and you think they're going to be, like, bitter or angry or think they deserve something like us Californians, right? You know, like, but no, they're, like, the most humble, awesome people you meet. The only thing I don't like about them, not that I don't like them specifically, what I don't like because they make me feel shitty, is you meet a lot of the kids, and, like, they have more life experience than you. No, like, think about it. Think from perspective, from us in LA. And I'm born here, so I love you guys. But let's be honest, we're kind of shitty people. Like, our plight is, like, I hope I get to, you know, whether it's, like, acting or, like, you know, customer, oh, I hope I get, like, you know, enough money to do this and do this. Oh, I hope I could, you know, I hope I get to go in a room and tell jokes so people like me. That's ours, right? Dude, this guy told me shit like, yeah, I was in Afghanistan, my uncle's gone. We don't know where he goes. He's probably gone or dead, and he just says it like it's fucking nothing, like some 40-year-old battle vet. Like, I think uncle's gone now. We don't know where he did not go on the plane. I'm like, but the best part I love about this guy, his name is Bezum, you know, and he's Bezum Mohammed. He's a really cool kid. I got really lucky because like after the mission, he got put over in Sacramento while I was going back to LA. So we still keep in touch via Facebook chat and everything, right? But once again, I love him, but like I hate him because he always reminds me how to be really humble. Like, even with the fucking fires, dude, this guy checks me. I'll be like, look, dude, like, he'll be like, yeah, I saw the fires, that's rough. And I'm like, did you see footage of it? Yeah. I show him, like, footage of the fires. And not even the fires, it's smoke. We're, like, victims more of smoke. And then he's like, oh, yeah, that's like in Afghanistan. They would always drop bombs in that. And I'm like, fuck this little kid, bro. You can never be a victim to anything in the U.S. That's the Americans like our play. We can't, like, there's always something else out there. No, but I mean, I say that with love, man. He's a cool kid, dude. But you know, I got out, man, and like after I got out, it was all right. It was cool, you know. I can't really complain, man, because the customer service. I don't know if you know this already, Sean, or whatever your job is. When you go on your resume, you can like really stretch that shit out. Like fucking Play-Doh. I did that shit, dude. I was applying for like I know I might have told you before or something when I was last here. I got to go work with apartments now. And I'll tell you, on my resume, I didn't know fucking shit about apartments. I just put, I work customer, so yeah, we need you to manage people in apartments. Yeah, fucking food people, yeah, fucking apartments, same shit, right? I put that on my resume. They hired me, right? And then when they hired me, dude, I did not know, like, when I got moved to Sherman Oaks, how much, like, white women complaints I was have to deal with. You guys know this already. Like, well, white women are the fucking worst. The customer, so that is like that's like the things. The hardest part is you have to, even though you're not into acting in LA, you have to pretend like their problem. Shit, my thing's vibrating. Oh shit. You have to pretend like you really give a shit about what their problems are. Like, I even know them off the top of my head, dude. There's like a woman would say something like, my dishwashing machine, there's an issue with the dishwashing machine. This is in Sherman Oaks, right? Sherman Oaks, where you get, people from Beverly Hills got kicked out from their coke problems and got to move down there. That's Sherman Oaks is like a downgrade from Beverly Hills. It's not ghetto, it's not LA, it's just, you're kind of there, right? And you kind of know everything. And, yeah, man, and, like, the thing is, like, no one tells you when you live in, like, an upper middle class. Because I didn't live in Sherman Oaks previously. I was in Long Beach. You kind of start getting, like, a little conservative without even knowing it. Like, I was super liberal before. And, like, the whole thing about homeless people, I was like, you should give them a sandwich. You should give them anything. And then it's a beautiful area, Ventura Boulevard. And then I saw a homeless guy there, right? And, I one time I remember I went to the McDonald's and I said, do you need anything? And he's like, yeah, give me a sandwich and a drink, right? I went to the McDonald's and I bought him a sandwich. I bought him a drink. I got him a drink. I got him and I came back, and then this motherfucker said to me, he was like, oh, did they have fries too? Dude, I wanted to kill this motherfucker. I was like, yeah, granted, it was fast food, but just so you guys know inflation, McDonald's, the meals are fucking expensive now. I like French fries. I got French fries and a drink, like $12. What? That's when my millennial part started showing up and shit. I'm like, fuck this homeless guy. Now I'm getting older and conservative as a millennial, and now I'm looking at my cousins that are Gen Zs. I don't know if you guys are Gen Z. It fucking doesn't matter. Whatever. You guys are Gen Z. Like, now I look at my cousin. He'll talk about things like my younger cousin. Like, yeah, man, it's just hard because girls are ridiculous now. They just ghost us. Okay, so what the fuck did they do? Did they make fun of your dick, or what did they do? They tell their girls, well, no, she just stopped texting me. She just stopped doing something. That's your fucking problem. Yeah, she just stopped. She just ignores me now. I don't know what to do. I mean, stop being a little bitch. Back in like 2010s, women would just straight up tell you, like, write you letters in middle school and say, I think you're ugly. They would just write that. They would make an essay out of that shit. Now you gotta deal with this shit with my cousin. I'm like, shut the fuck up and grow a pair, man. But anyways, that's my time, man. My name's Leo Kano. You guys have a good night. Leo Kano at Gmail. Gmail. Leo Kano at Instagram. Yeah, just there we go. Simple. See ya.
God, Leo, why are you so crazy? Why are you so crazy? I love your shoes, by the way. They're so different. They are.
Oh, they are, yeah.
Now, are you a halfer?
Yeah, half Asian, half Spanish.
Right. I see we could say that when we're halfers. Right? It's true.
I know, because you're mixed Jewish and black? Oh, no.
Black and white.
Black and white? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm Jewish, but that's a whole other thing. Not to my mother-in-law.
You're
No.
mixing out very well.
Yeah, like a real Puerto Rican.
Oh, good.
Huepa, huepa, sigue, sigue, chocolate, la abusadora. ¿Qué hiciste? Oh my God.
How do you respond to the Tony Hitchcliff thing?
Which one?
One with the Puerto Rico garbage.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not a bad guy. He's being an asshole. That's all. He's being an asshole. Puerto Rico's beautiful. And those Puerto Rican girls are not like the same in New York. They got to wear like long, they got to be nice. And they speak a different Spanish. Habla con la zeta un poquito, like they speak a very nice Spanish. As opposed to the Puerto Ricans in Paterson, New Jersey. Mira, guagua viene, guagua, mira, guagua, guagua, guagua. Do you know what a guagua is?
No.
Autobus.
Oh, really?
Because you ever hear Spanish Puerto Ricans say rice and beans? Arroz con pollo. There's no R's. It's just like incredible the difference. And then the Dominicans was like, mira, cha-cha, cha-cha. I know all these things because I've been called everything except the child of God. I was called a falasha. How you'd like that, Griff? My father-in-law said, if anybody asks you in this synagogue what you are, you tell them you are from that special branch of Jews from Africa. The black Ethiopian Jews call falashas. I kept saying I was a falafel, and I screwed up. I said, hi, I'm a falafel. It didn't work out well. I thought it was for you.
Is it true that just to kind of like take the pressure off white guys, like even within our races, we're racist against each other? Like,
So racist.
Puerto Ricans, like Asians,
So racist.
Asians, Puerto Ricans from other parts of Puerto Rico, it's like
It's like,
white people get too much flack sometimes. Sometimes.
oh, too black. Oh, because, sometimes, because what I'm saying, like, and then I was like, and he was like, I said, oh, he was like, and I was like, I was like, so he was like this, right? And I was like, and I can't. I wish black women just finished the sentence. Can't what? Can't what? But living with a white man's very nice. I haven't done that for a while because I'm with a Jew, which is not white. How do you explain that to people, Griff? Because they're not white. They're just not white. You're not goyim.
Because I'm Jewish, so it's like, how can we be white if our number one enemy in history were white people?
Exactly. You nappy-headed Jew. You know what they said about Christ? He had the hair of a woolly lamb. And so do I. All right, well, this has been a really interesting night in terms of culture, cultura. We have the cultura. If you guys have a chance, watch me on Prime Video. If you have a chance to watch Noches con Platanito, you can watch me there. And I do a little bit of everything. And you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this acting class that he's starting up. I had a shot today. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just tell you something. When my mother-in-law sat me next to her aunt, and her aunt said, don't get too close, I've got shingles and it's contagious. I was like, these white people are trying to kill me. Until I got shingles, and they said, it's not contagious. Isn't that amazing? You ever have shingles? No? You can always tell when someone has shingles. Oh, it's so... You had it?
Is it contagious?
No, but I'm not. I got it from the vaccine. No, what are we going to do, though? I mean, like, now, don't start me being one of those... Griff, don't get me in that shit. That's what I think happened. I got a shingles shot, and I got shingles. Then I got the booster. I really got another ass growing. Jeez. And then people taking the COVID, and I went blind. I mean, it's like, I don't want to... And then he pardons Fauci. What did he do? Yet. Isn't that crazy? Biden pardoned Fauci? With every Jew saying, he should go to jail. He should, not just my husband. He's every Jew. My husband is every Jew, okay? You have to hear his messages. He's an attorney. And notice how I changed all that. I'm like, he's an attorney. I know I've never worked for him. He would throw me at the office. But you have to hear him on the phone. Oh, no, you have to see him in court. An actor. Please, Your Honor, with all due respect, humble, nice, kisses his ass. I was so impressed. I was like, I got to do this. So here we are. But I know I really was impressed with him by that. But then when he got arrested that time, no, I'm kidding. Because, no, it was funny. I'm just going to tell a story real quick because black families are so different. So my Uncle Junie, who was a real person in my act, I was telling him, yes, he's a corporate lawyer. Are they fucking? I'm kidding. Where is she?
She's at DLA Piper.
You know them.
Hey,
And the nanny?
I bet your sister's very pretty. She looks like me.
You in a weave, honey. I can see it.
That's not what he said. That's not what my sister thinks. That's not what anyone
I know a lot of people with the LA Piper.
They all think he left because he had to sell his share because his wife became vice president.
What just happened?
He was accused of
Oh my god.
sexual harassment.
My sister swears he's the nicest guy ever.
He got the nanny pregnant.
No.
Fuck yeah. So did Schwarzenegger. And if you look at the cleaning lady one more time with that missing tooth, the- I have to help my cleaning lady. It's like flowers growing out of her ass. Honestly, though, and she can't get an appointment until February 17th. Oh my God. You know when someone says they speak no English? This woman speaks no English. But like not one word, and she wants a referral from me. And I said, how? You can't even say that baby can't breathe. No English, my teeth. No English. And then one day I found her, she was on her knees looking for my bird. If any of you guys know I have a bird, I'm fostering these birds. I'm saying fostering because I'm embarrassed to have them. Because they said, let me tell you what I heard my husband saying. You don't get off of me. Stop it. You stop it. I'm going to strangle you. I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? And the bird was in his ear. And then he goes, get him off of me before he shits on me. He said, loves you. But I got to tell you guys, if you want a copy of your this was a strange conversation. We went from, I'm in trouble for saying Kamala's name wrong. I want to hear her say Sunderland Krunk with Zafran 10 times, okay? That's all I want to hear. Can you imagine that? And all the Puerto Ricans like, Zafrin, Zafrin, Zafrin. Because he's a Spanish Jew. He sings Oy vey como va. All right, so they're old jokes, but they work. What up, bump? Did you see that? Como una promesa. Guys, if you think you're funny, you probably are. But you won't know until you get from the page to the stage. My name is Sundar Krunquist. You can find me on all platforms at Sundar Live. If you need a copy of this tape, if you need a reel done, if you need any of that stuff I cannot do, you're going to go to Roberto Santiago de Velasquez de Barranquilla Billy Ramirez. And he's going to get it done. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Drive home. Be safe. If you're not safe, name it after me. Good night.